And it is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160 and 101.1 FM. And good morning to you. Glad that you're with us here today. And our conversation with the folks from the Arc of Indiana County, brought to you by Marcus & Mack, a law firm representing injured people. I should have Jay Evans and Michelle Jordan on the line with me. Good morning, folks.
Good morning, Todd.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both with us here today. Now, originally, Jay, we set this up to talk about an event that was on behalf of the ARC, the Safe Day event. Unfortunately, that event's not going to be held, at least not for now, right?
Correct. We'll have to look in the future and see if we can reschedule that. We're disappointed that we're not able to hold it. It's been a good event over the last number of years, been well attended, and I think the people that have attended it have been able to pick up a lot of interesting and good information and come away having a better knowledge of what services are available in Indiana County and how they can get help.
Well, we'll certainly talk about those services and the help that is available. Jay is a former president of the board of directors and is a current member of the board of directors of the ARC. And Michelle is the new executive director of the ARC of Indiana County. She is filling the position formerly held by Barbara Telthorster, who was on this program quite frequently talking about it. Michelle, congratulations. This is a big undertaking for you.
Yes, thanks, Todd. I'm so honored, actually, to have this opportunity to serve this agency and the community. Following in Barb's footsteps, following some of the initiatives that she did over the years, some amazing work in this community. So I'm really looking forward to branching out, redoing some outreach with the community, letting the community know what the ARC is all about, how we can service this community, as well as support our educators, the school systems, and families during their IEP process, as well as getting involved in our survey that we do. And so I'm really excited about this opportunity. So,
absolutely, yeah. It should be something moving forward, and we'll talk about some of those plans in a moment. Jay, for folks who don't know what the ARC of Indiana County is all about, give us a thumbnail on it.
Well, our mission is to work to include all children and adults with developmental delays or other disabilities in every community by identifying barriers, building partnerships, and realizing solutions. So we provide basically information, advocacy. We help people to connect with the services that they need. We help persons with disabilities and their families to work with the schools to get the educational services that they need while they're in school. And it's an organization that's been in existence since about 1973 as a local chapter of the ARC of the United States.
We are hoping certainly that the Safe Day event can be rescheduled, but give us an idea of what was going to be covered and how it was going to be presented. It was at the Indiana Mall, correct?
Correct. We had, let's see, when we finally ended up canceling, we had close to 20 different agencies who would set up information tables about the services that they provided. We had police agencies, the state police, the sheriff's department. We had the DA's office. We had a number of private provider agencies. Let's see, state departments, Department of Health. I can't remember all the agencies right now.
Well, that just means that there are so many of them, and that's actually good news, that there are so many agencies out there that are so willing to help and are in line to do that. Michelle, you of course know that, but talk, if you would, about moving forward from here, and whether it's at an event such as the Safe Day or some other event or organized type of activity, that folks can learn more and become active participants in helping out folks who might not have the advantages that others do have.
Yeah, so there's many ideas that I have going forward. One of the things that we're going to reestablish is some workshops and seminars, webinars, things like that the agency is going to be doing to reach out to the community and the parents as a tool, giving them empowerment, letting them know what services are out there. So a lot of that is also going to be maybe looking into getting an intern in the future, helping me compile kind of a resource directory of the area services in Indiana County, as well as across the state. And then also to reevaluate, looking at, we used to have a youth expo years ago. We're looking at restarting that youth expo and how that will look in the future. I'm partnering with several professors at IUP in order to get that process restarted. And also looking at getting back in the school systems, letting the school systems know that I'm there for meetings with the educators and the parents to discuss about the IEP and the plans moving forward for their child. So a lot of planned events, as well as a lot of fundraising events, Todd, that for instance, I'm talking with some people about possibly doing an ARC 5K or an ARC gala in the near future when we get through this crisis. So also looking to build the ARC up and really reach out to the community so the community can say, I know exactly what the ARC is.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. You build the ark up. Sometimes you have to build an ark with the flood of stuff that's coming at you.
That's right. That's right.
I know that your focus, your concentration really is on helping people locally here in Indiana County who have those sorts of disabilities. At the same time, though, you do keep an eye on what's happening in terms of federal or state regulation, and you work with our lawmakers to be sure that everybody is aware that these issues are out there and need to be addressed and need to be addressed sensibly.
Yeah,
correct,
so
yes.
I mean, a lot of my role also is going to be introducing myself to the local representatives, senators, getting on board with them on their positions and all the different laws that are coming about right now. I know the relief package that's coming out. There's a tidbit about helping those with these disabilities, and so promoting that, hopefully so that this population is represented in the bill that is about to be passed. So there's always active measures going on that affect our population, and so making sure that their voice is heard and being their advocate in those offices and with those representatives to let them know that this population will not be forgotten.
Yeah, and Jay, I know that's a historical thing. You've always been interested in that, haven't you?
Yes. I had two sons who were diagnosed on the autistic spectrum, so I've spent a large part of my children's lives working on these issues in a personal manner. So just to extend that and continue to work with others and try to help other families and try to work towards making legislation that is equitable to those who have disabilities. Some of the quirks that happen, for instance, with some of the current legislation that is being proposed, there are some portions of it that would seek to decrease the enforcement of IDEA, the Individuals with Disabilities Act, and reduce the adherence to the current rules of IDEA that would be enforced during this time. So the ARC is trying to assure that those with disabilities aren't skipped over and given second-hand status.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so for folks who want to learn more about the ARC and what resources are available to them, what do they need to do? I'm sure there's a website or a Facebook.
Well, we're on the web at arcindiana.org.
It's ARC
also on Facebook
Indiana.
as the ARC of Indiana County.
Mm-hmm.
There's links on both pages to the other. you're welcome to give us a yell and volunteer. We can always use help. With this current situation, I'm questioning. We've historically held a fundraiser out at the fairgrounds called the Art Garage Sale, and for a number of reasons, part of which is this situation. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to have that fundraiser this year, but we will have other fundraisers that we have to organize and run, and we always try to use volunteer help to run them. So get involved.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Jay Evans, Michelle Jordan, thanks so much for being with us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, Todd.
Have a great day today.
You too.
You too.
It's the voice of Indiana County, WCCS.